Alex's Magic Box and the Stones of Kindness. In a lovely place called Oakville, where the sun smiled through the green trees every morning, there stood a house with blue shutters. In this house lived a boy named Alex, who had freckles on his cheeks and a heart full of love. In Alex's room, on a shelf right by the window, sat a very old and mysterious box. This box was a gift from his grandpa Joe. It was made of dark wood, and when you opened the lid, it smelled like an ancient forest. When Grandpa gave him the box, he looked into Alex's eyes and said, "Listen, Alex. This might look like an empty box, but it is actually at heart scale. When it is empty, it is light as a feather. But you must fill it with kindness. For every time you help someone, for every toy you share, and for every kind word you say, put a pebble inside. When the box is full, you will understand how heavy and precious true happiness is." From that day on, Alex carried the smoothest, nicest pebbles he found in the garden in his pocket. For every act of kindness, one stone would go into the box. Click! The box was almost full. There was space for only 3 more stones. Alex woke up that morning and smiled at the sun. "Today, I will fill that box. Today, I will spread joy all around me." After breakfast, Alex went out into the garden. The weather was so hot that even ice cream would melt in a second. Alex saw his neighbor's cat, Mittens, sitting on the garden fence. They called him Mittens because his paws were white. But Mittens didn't look happy today. His tongue was sticking out, and he was lying in the shade, looking very tired. His water bowl had tipped over and was dry. Alex understood immediately. "Oh, poor Mittens, you are so thirsty," he said. He ran quickly to the kitchen. He filled a big red bowl with cold water. He walked with tiny steps, very carefully so he wouldn't spill a drop, and placed it in front of Mittens. When Mittens saw the water, he perked up straight away. Lap, lap, lap. He drank and drank. Then, he rubbed his head against Alex's leg, put his tail up in the air, and said, "Purr," to say thank you. Alex felt warm inside. He took a flat, grey stone out of his pocket. He ran to his room and dropped the stone into the box. Click! The sound from the box sounded just like it was saying, "Well done." In the afternoon, Alex went out to play in the park. On the way, he saw the town's oldest postman, Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas had a huge bag, and he was walking slowly. Just then, a cheeky wind blew through the street. Whoosh! The wind blew a bundle of letters right out of Mr. Thomas's hand. The letters flew across the street like white butterflies. Mr. Thomas held onto his hat and shouted worriedly, "Oh no! The letters are flying away." Alex didn't wait a second. He started to run. He caught one letter from the edge of the pavement. He picked another one off a bush. He jumped up and caught the furthest one right in the air. He gathered them all up, straightened them out, and gave them to Mr. Thomas, panting for breath. Mr. Thomas smiled, the lines around his eyes wrinkling happily. "Thank you so much, Alex. My knees aren't as fast as they used to be. You are my hero today." Alex smiled proudly. "It's no problem, Mr. Thomas." As soon as he got home, he took a round, white stone from his pocket. He opened the lid of the box. Click! The box was nearly full. There was space for only one single stone left. It was almost evening. Alex couldn't wait to put the last stone in. Just then, his little sister Emma came into the room. Emma was only 3 years old. She was holding Alex's favorite silver toy robot. But one of the robot's legs had snapped off and was dangling in her hand. Emma's lip was trembling, and her eyes were full of tears. "Alex," she whispered, "I just wanted to make the robot walk. It fell. It broke. I'm sorry." Alex looked at the robot. He had got it for his birthday. It was his best toy. A volcano of anger started to bubble inside him. His face got hot. He wanted to shout at Emma, "Why did you touch my things?" But then, he looked at Emma's scared little face. Grandpa Joe's words echoed in his ears. "True strength is not in your muscles, but in your heart, Alex. The hardest kindness is being gentle even when you are angry." Alex took a deep breath. He cooled down the volcano inside him. He knelt down to Emma's level. "It's okay, Emma, don't cry," he said in a soft voice. "Robots have accidents sometimes. We can put some glue on it with Daddy, and it will be even stronger than before. The important thing is that you aren't sad." Emma was surprised. She thought her big brother would shout. She smiled with relief and hugged Alex tightly around the neck. "Thank you, big brother Alex." When Emma left the room, Alex took out the last stone. It was the shiniest, smoothest stone he had found by the river. He went to the box. He opened the lid and dropped the stone in slowly, like a ceremony. Click! The box was now completely full. It was filled to the brim with stones. The lid wouldn't even close properly. Just then, Grandpa Joe appeared at the door. He was holding a glass of milk and smiling at Alex. "I hear the mission is complete," said Grandpa. Alex said excitedly, "Yes, Grandpa. It's full today. I gave water to Mittens, I helped Mr. Thomas, and I didn't get angry at Emma for breaking my robot." Grandpa came over. "Pick up the box," he said. Alex held the box with both hands and lifted it. "Ooh," said Alex in surprise. "Grandpa, this box was light this morning, but now it is very heavy." Grandpa nodded and touched Alex's shoulder. "Yes, it is heavy. But that isn't just the weight of the stones, Alex. That is the strength of your heart. Those stones prove something to you. Kindness isn't something that just disappears into the air. Every good thing you do has a weight, a value, and it is never wasted. Now tell me, how did you feel when the box was full? Alex thought. He put his hand over his heart. It's like, he said, it's like there is an invisible box inside me, and that is full too. I feel very peaceful and rich. Grandpa laughed. That is the secret, my boy. A person who does good deeds makes their own heart happy before anyone else's. That night, Alex put his box full of stones by his bedside. Every time he looked at the box, he remembered the beautiful things he did that day. Mitten's purring, Mr. Thomas's smile, and Emma's hug. They were all inside that box. When Alex lay in his bed, he closed his eyes with the peace of a heart full of kindness. In his dream, he saw all those stones he had collected turning into shining stars in the sky.